Hi everyone, and welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be playing with the Tati Beauty palette once again. It's what I use, it's what I have on the eyes right now. I figured that I should get some looks up using this palette because it is going to restock soon, and some of you asked for more looks because you either purchased the palette or you're on the fence or you want to purchase the palette and you just want more ideas on as far as what to do with it. So this is the second look that I came up with. I really hope you guys like the look, and now let's get right into the tutorial. All right, so let's get this fall look started. So of course I'm gonna be using my Tati Beauty palette once again. A lot of you had requested for me to continue to play with this in order to create other looks since I posted the last video where I was initially reviewing it and testing it out on the eyes. And of course I was going to. So I've already gone and taken care of the brows, and I've taken care of the base of the eyes. All I did on the eyes is just apply a nice thin layer of my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and I've set that with a translucent loose setting powder. So I'm gonna grab the matte from the Soothe column, and I'm taking that with my E40 tapered blending brush. And I'm just gonna apply that here along the crease. This is gonna serve as my transition shade. And then I'm just gonna be blending this up toward the brow bone. But as I get closer to the brow, I just kind of lift away. I lessen the pressure so that you can get like a nice gradient going up toward the brow, and you don't have to deal with like that harsh line of product of where the eyeshadow just kind of ends all of a sudden. All right, so now that we have that down, I'm gonna grab the matte shade from the Story column. This is beautiful orange. It's like such a perfect fall orange. I'm gonna grab some of that with the same brush and apply it onto the crease, but I'm keeping this one just a little bit lower than the previous one. And then just blending it back and forth using windshield wiping motions and circular motions, so just combining both together. All right, so next we're gonna grab this matte here from the Ritual column. I'm gonna place that along the outer V, so then just this part right here. And I'm grabbing that with my E25 blending. So just concentrating most of this here along the outer corner. Grab a little bit more, make it a little bit deeper. I really like working with like deep browns like these because they're easier to work with than blacks. And I feel like you have a little bit more room for error. So I started it here along the outer V, and I'm kind of just dragging it in a little bit because I'm gonna want it to blend in with whatever I place on top of the mobile lid area. All right, now that that's done, let's move on to the actual mobile lid area, the inner 2/3 of the mobile lid. Last time when I was reviewing this, I said that I really wasn't sure what I was gonna do with the sequin row because they are like mattes mixed with glitter. A couple of you recommended that I use my finger in order to apply that, and I really liked that idea because they are going to be like mattes mixed with glitter. If you apply it with like a blending brush, it's just gonna spread the glitter all the way around. But if you apply it with your finger, they are so soft and creamy and buttery that it actually does stay in place. So I think I'm gonna grab this sequin here from the Soothe column, and I'm going to apply that here along the inner 2/3 of the eye. And you see that? It just works so well, and the glitter truly does stay in the eyeshadow, and it just gives you like that little touch of glitter. It doesn't overpower your eye like the top, like the true glitter row does. This one, it's just a little bit, it's a lot more subtle, and it's just more wearable on a regular, like on a day-to-day basis. The top row is definitely for like special events or special occasions, something where you definitely want your eyes to just stand out from the makeup. But this one's just more toned down, and it looks so beautiful on the eye. And then I'm gonna go back with my blending brush without adding any other product or any additional product. I'm just gonna blend out the edges here so that you don't see a really harsh line in between both eyeshadows. Just very lightly blending the center there. All right, so next, I don't want to add a liner, but I certainly don't want to just leave the eye like that. So I'm gonna grab this angled brow brush. This one's the E75 from Sigma. And I'm gonna take from the memory column, I'm gonna take the matte, which is like such an intense black. And I'm just gonna tap that as close to my lash line as possible, just to give the appearance of like a thicker lash line without adding an actual like eyeliner onto the eye. All right, so next comes lashes. And for that, I'm gonna be using my XXX mascara from Lily Lashes. Now, I don't believe she makes this in waterproof. I wish that she did because I know a lot of people prefer formulas that are waterproof, but it's a really good mascara. It is so good. I know that I've told you guys that I would keep you all updated as to whether or not this works because I had only used it with false lashes before, but I have used it on my natural lash since then, and my gosh, am I addicted. So it comes out pretty clumpy, so not the best wand, I would say, but the formula is actually really good. So yeah, not the best wand, but it's worth it for the formula. At least it is for me. It adds such volume to my lashes. So that's just one coat. So I usually just kind of like twist my wand in order to get the opposite side. I don't keep pumping it into the tube. I just take whatever I get from taking it out. All right, so now that we're done with that, let's move on to the rest of the face. I'm gonna be color correcting the under eye area using the Bobbi Brown corrector. Some of you have asked me whether I like this one better than my Becca corrector, and honestly, I like them both. I find myself reaching for either, just like whatever's closest to me or whatever's available at the moment, that's what I reach for. So I do like them both. I feel like they both wear really well underneath my concealers, and they do a really good job at helping conceal the under eye area. All right, so for foundation, I'm gonna be using my Airbrush Flawless Foundation from Charlotte Tilbury. This one is in the shade 6, and I'm gonna be applying that using my damp beauty blender. I really love the coverage that this foundation provides. It's like not too much, not overly done. You can really control it just depending on how you apply it. And it looks really good on the skin. All right, now for concealer, I have been favoring my Cakeless concealer from Benefit, but I still like my Shape Tape. So I'm gonna be using my Shape Tape today. This one is in the shade Medium, although I am considering switching the shade a little bit. I think I was looking at Medium Honey, and I think that might work with my complexion a little bit better. But I'll test that out once I run out of the one that I have here, which is Medium. I'm going to be blending it out using my damp beauty blender. I still really love the coverage of this. Like, this provides you with such an insane amount of coverage underneath the eyes. But some people, including myself, sometimes we can consider it to be a little bit too drying. And that's why I grab my Cakeless more often than the Shape Tape. However, if you don't go too heavy-handed with the Shape Tape, I feel like it's not as drying, and you don't have to set it, so there is that. All right, so now we're gonna focus on the eyes once again, just to finish that up. I'm gonna grab an eyeliner. This one is from Beauty For Real. It is their Eyeline 24/7 eyeliner in the shade Chocolate Fix. So it's brown, as you can imagine. And I'm gonna be running that along the waterline. But I'm only going in about 3/4 of the way. All right, next I'm taking a pencil brush. This one is the E30 from Sigma. And I'm gonna start off with the matte shade from the Ritual column. So this dark brown. And I'm just going to pat this along the lower lash line. Just following the eyeliner. And then I'm grabbing the matte shade from the Story column and doing the exact same thing. So just patting it along the lower lash line. And then I'm gonna blend everything together using the matte shade from the Soothe column. Okay, now from the Soothe column, I'm gonna take a little bit of the metallic and I'm grabbing it with my pencil brush, a clean pencil brush, and I'm gonna apply it here along the brow bone. All right, so now that the eyes are pretty much all done, I'm just gonna apply a little bit of mascara to my lower lashes and call it good. But you know what? Instead of the Triple X, I'm gonna be using my Man-Eater mascara because the Triple X underneath the eyes can be quite lumpy, and I don't like that. And then from the Soothe column, I'm grabbing the metallic one more time and then just popping that here along the inner corners of my eyes. I don't know if I like that too much actually. Let me take this one from the Aura column, the metallic from that, and put that on top. Oh yeah, I like that better. Okay, so now we can go back to the face in order to finish that up. For bronzer and for blush, I'm actually going to be applying some butter bronzer from Physicians Formula. This one is in the shade Sunkissed. I really like it for that reason. I can apply it as a blush, as an overall bronzer, just to kind of add warmth to the face. So I'm just gonna start here, and I'm applying it using my Luxie Tapered Highlighter brush. I really like this one. This one's the 522. Just starting here at the hollows, and then I just like to swirl this brush upward. Of course, here along the temple area and here along the sides of my face. Now, I never add any bronzer or any kind of a contour shade to my forehead because it is so small. Adding more color to this particular area of my face is just gonna make my forehead seem like that much smaller. So I usually just add it to the sides, and then hopefully that like elongates it a little bit, or at least that's the idea. Now for highlighter, I'm going with my True Blend Super Stunner palette, and I'm gonna grab the shade in the middle using my tapered highlighter brush. This one's the F35 from Sigma. Of course, just applying it here along the high points of my cheeks. This also helps to like soften the bronzer slash blush that I applied onto the face. So it kind of just blends everything together. Now for the lips, I wanted to grab something that's like really warm tone, like a deep brown to pair this eye look with, but I don't have any of that. I don't have that in my collection, and I just realized that I really need something like that. So instead of a deep warm brown, I'm just gonna go with a nude. This one is Driver from Maybelline. It is their Super Stay Matte Ink Lip. I really like it as a nude, especially on my complexion. It's really hard to find like a true nude for me. Some of them just look too pink, or they just look too ashy, and they just don't look right on my complexion. But I find that this one, it is a true nude for me. Now I want to top this off with a nice gloss. I grabbed this one here from Beauty For Real. This one is in the shade Sunlight, and it just has like these gorgeous golden flecks in it. So it looks really beautiful, like in sunlight especially. So this is a final look, and I really like this eye look actually. I think I'm gonna use the sequin row a lot more than what I initially thought that I was going to, just because like I said, it gives you such a nice subtle shimmer that you can use it for whatever occasion, whenever. I do have a few other looks in mind using that palette, but I think I'm only gonna upload perhaps a couple more, just so that I don't completely overwhelm you with the same palette, the same palette, the same palette. I wanna use other palettes that I have in my collection and maybe anything else that I purchased. So a couple more with that palette for sure, but yeah. This is the second look, and I really like it. Also, I wanted to mention that I am going to officially have an uploading schedule. Be expecting a new video from me every Wednesday and every Saturday. That is gonna be my new upload schedule. I'll put it on my banner just so in case you guys forget, you'll know exactly where to look and where to get that information. So anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I truly hope that you enjoyed this makeup tutorial and that you found it helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on future uploads. And also don't forget to follow me on Instagram, where I absolutely love to interact with you all. As always, take care, and I will see you all in my next video. Mwah! Bye.